Good evening, Dr. Mary and the Board of Trustees. I'm here tonight to talk about a self audit that we have done through the athletics department. What this is we have definitely looked at numbers, we've crunched numbers, we have figured out where problems are, where facility problems are, where program problems are. And so we have really looked and dug deep into finding where we can improve. And we're going to bring this to your attention. And so we can work on getting these improvements and work on making sure that we provide equal opportunities to every student athlete that we serve here in ECIC. New, maybe athletes that we don't have yet, old athletes, just making sure that we have everything that we need and that we have the best possible facilities and programs to offer whenever a student wants to be in athletics. And so the first thing that we're going to look at is numbers. And so when it comes to numbers, these are numbers at just the high school level. So this is OHS and PHS, Odessa High School and Permian High School. As you can tell, we have quite a high number. We have almost 8,000 students going to school, sitting in the chairs at our high schools. And so, with that being said, we have just a little over 4,000 at OHS and just under 4,000 at Permian High School. We have about 4,200 boys across both high schools, where we have about 3765 for the girls. And so, yes, you can see that there's a difference when it comes to boys versus girls, but it's not a major difference. It's not a significant difference. Roughly about 500 kids. Okay, which is very very small when it comes to 7,000. And so, but when you start to look at our number of athletes, is where you start to see the difference. And so we have 1677 for the boys, and we have 974 for the girls. Yes, you can still say it's probably roughly about 700, but it's a big difference when you're only looking at not even half of your population being a part of athletics. And so ECIC offers a wide range of opportunities for students, but this is a very low number and one of the things that we definitely need to address. And so these are the things that when we start to crunch numbers, we try to figure out what can we do, how can we fix, how can we get more kids involved. Right now, we're going to be focusing on the female side of things and getting more females involved, trying to figure out what is it that they're interested in to try to figure out ways to get them involved, to get them engaged. And so the areas of improvement that we have talked about, and this is a very small amount of things, like there's several things that we can improve on, but these are the things that we think are high of importance, and that's participation at all levels for both boys and girls, because again, not even half of our population is in athletics. And so, how many students is that really leave that are unserved, that don't have that go to, that doesn't have something that they can go to and keep them motivated and keep them active throughout their education. Um, Things that need to be improved is maybe starting that at the sixth grade level, um, trying to put some pre athletics into their PE classes where those kids are seeing what athletics is like and they're getting prepared for athletics. Maybe just hearing the word athletics comes just scares them. And so maybe with that pre athletics class, it will give them that, okay, this is what they do, this is kind of what it's like. Let's go ahead and try it. And also, it talks about all sorts of kind of sports that we have, that they can be involved in. Maybe some not as intense as football, or not as intense as basketball, but giving them that information before seventh grade athletics starts. And so, also introducing those things during third, fourth, and fifth grade, where they're kind of getting into that. Okay, I'm understanding. I understand what the sports are, but I don't really know the fundamentals, but we can start with those after school, and using that time frame for fundamentals and just kind of getting them aware of what could be coming forth in the later years. A few things that we noticed. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. A few things that we noticed about facility wise is that we need to make sure that we have lights at the tennis courts because they can practice long hours. They have a long season. And so we need to make sure that OHS has lights at the tennis courts because right now they're having to travel to Ratliff if they need to practice post daylight. And so that's definitely one thing that we need to address. Oh, somebody's stuck. We need to definitely address an activity center, something that we can have for all age levels, all of ECISD students. Maybe put some basketball courts, some volleyball courts, a swimming pool. Um, I'm so sorry. Just having an activity center that our students can access whenever they need to. Another thing that needs to be addressed is we looked at numbers and we definitely have um, a majority of male head coaches in female sports. And so we want to make sure that we provide opportunities for females to come in to be the head coaches of our female sports and have our males be our male sports. But of course, we want to make sure that we have the highest quality and we have everybody that needs to be in their position to benefit the teams at most. So these are just a middle school of things that we want to make sure that we are looking at to improve, but we're going to need your help. Do you have any? I'm dying over here. Do you have any questions? Anything that I can answer for you before we end this meeting or before my time is up here? Awesome. Thank you. Well, I really appreciate your time. And I look forward to meeting back with you to see what our options are at getting these fixed before we actually go into our Title IX audit. Thank you and have a good evening. Bye.